Oh my gosh!
I find Kinchana, ding, 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 ding.
Did you make it?
Alin? Yeah. Pag may gagamba. Papatay ko ng gagamba to.